Say something.
Hi. Hi. I cannot hear her.
I know she's muted right now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Now I can't hear you.
Muted.
It's because I was muted. I can hear you.
Okay.
Well, I cannot.
Hi, Stephanie.
Can you hear me? Hi, Isabella.
Well, let me take this off.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. Now say something, Isabella. Or
Hi. I will find it. Why is what they are five?
Mom's doing a thing.
yeah, it's. Mom, I'm gonna have to use my headphones. There's too much going on.
Can we just talk?
Mom, I'm gonna have to use my headphones because there's too much going on here. The kids are running in and out.
Okay.
But Stephanie, this is my daughter Isabella. She is 6 and she wants to paint too.
Oh, awesome. So excited to have you. I have my son, Evan, here with us today. So he's going to paint with me as well. He's a little camera shy.
I know I've got my headphones on, so like she can't hear, but
Oh.
maybe if it quiets down here, I will turn it back over to the computer.
Yeah, I know how that goes. I had to have a discussion with everybody at the house about being quiet for the next hour, 2 hours.
Yeah. And then Joyce is my mom.
Oh, hey.
So she lives in Florida.
Oh, wow. Well, that's really cool that you guys can like see each other and from
Can
afar.
I hear too?
Yeah.
I hear that. Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear her? Okay, this will work.
Oh, nice to see you.
You can see me too?
I can hear you now. And also, your skin looks cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited because this should be a pretty easy painting to do and not very stressful because there's not a whole lot of details in it.
Oh.
Well, good. That's what we need. Something easy, right?
Yeah, we need something easy to paint to.
Yes, it makes it more fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can do that. That was gonna be one of the steps that I do though. So you're kind of jumping ahead like normal.
Do you not want me
Evan
to?
paints with me. I mean, you can. They're looking at my canvas, so
I know she was wanting to paint too, and she was like, "Okay, I'm ready." And I was like, "Wait, wait, we're doing it together."
I know that. Yeah, that's the one thing. But I love painting with children, just because they're always ready to go, and
I skipped ahead.
you do skip ahead.
My
Yeah.
paintings aren't really good.
Oh,
I skipped them.
I disagree. I actually had one paint instruction that I had a couple of adults who were upset because Evan's paintings were better than theirs. And so they got a little frustrated with that.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Oh,
Is your
Yeah.
painting gonna look better than mine?
I could have one more.
It's not a competition. So, everybody's painting is going to look different from each other.
Reindeer?
No, it was the cardinals with the trees,
Really?
with the birch
I
trees.
don't mind it. What's that good?
Mom, have you done a painting party before, not just virtual, but in person? Mom,
2 people?
have you ever done one of these painting tutorials before?
In a party?
No, I've not done any of this before.
Oh, well, you're getting lunch.
I was looking, I had 2 brushes, but not 3, so I was looking for a 3rd brush.
Yeah, I put 2 brushes in. One of them should be fatter than the other. So one's big and one's small.
I have a packet, but I don't have one that says number 8.
Oh, this is that is on there for people who want to use the exact same brush as mine. And you do not need the exact brush. So don't worry about that. I didn't have any bright brushes
Mom, look.
until I started doing this. Oh, hi.
Hi, Grandma.
Marlene is my mom as well. So
I see that, Bella. We're gonna switch it.
she's joining us. So really any brushes will work.
I'll get
I
another
like to
one
use
too.
a bigger brush to paint
I got a fag.
the background colors, and then a smaller brush
I gotta
to
do
do
this.
some of the details. There aren't a whole lot of details. I should have wrote in there, if you have a
Thank you.
permanent marker, like either a Sharpie or a black paint marker. I don't personally have paint markers, but I do have Sharpies. I'm going to Sharpie in the words on my canvas. So if you have a marker, you are welcome to try to do it with a fine point paintbrush. I personally don't like stressing myself out over using a paintbrush to write words. So it is up to you if you have. And another thing you could do is wait for it to dry. And then if you don't have a Sharpie, just, you can go purchase one at Walgreens or Walmart or really anywhere, and then you can go finish it up at the end. Or painting. You're excited for it?
Yeah.
For one. Hi, Marlene. Hi, Molly. I'm Sarah. This is my daughter, Isabella. And then Joyce is my mom. And I don't know if Stephanie told you, but she was featured in a subscription box, one of our subscription boxes. And so this is the painting that we had for our subscribers, which I think probably most of the people are going to view the recording afterwards. But that is how me and my mom are here. So how do you know? Stephanie, can you turn around?
Marlene is my mom. She's on mute, so I don't know if she has the ability to unmute herself. Or...
Okay. Yeah, we can go ahead.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. I guess we could start, it is officially time. So thanks for joining us today. We are doing the paint design Cherish the Moment, which has a beautiful sunset in the background with a mother and daughter. This painting is really easily adjusted to one, either having different words on the painting, and then also I'll show you in a little bit, but I adjusted it so that Evan's going to be working on a painting with a mother and a son, and I'm going to be working on the mother and the daughter. I personally don't have any daughters, but I have a mother, right? So that works out. But it is really easy to customize it if you only have a son or if you want to adjust anything like that. So my name is Stephanie. I am the business owner of Norway's Neverland. And here's just some contact information if you ever need to get a hold of me or have any questions. Today's painting, we do suggest that you kind of stencil out your canvas. So if you didn't have a pre-stenciled canvas from us with the painting kit, feel free to draw it on your canvas right now. So I will trace out and kind of explain how to do that. So I'm actually going to, I do have mine pre-stenciled, but I'm going to go over it in Sharpie. And what this does is it allows it to be seen through the paintings a little bit easier. You don't have to do that. You have a coughing spell. I'm here with my son, Evan. So if you are having to stencil it out because you have a blank canvas, what you're going to do is probably start off with the rolling hills. So just kind of make a hill. So we go up and down. Try not to have it a straight hill. So there's the hill that they're on, and then we're going to have a hill in the background. So we just have it with a different movement behind there. So you can tell it's behind this one in front. So as you can see, it's disconnected right here because that one looks like it's in front of it. The mother, what I would recommend doing is maybe creating a circle, and then you could do kind of flow off the hair. So you could do the circle first and then have the hair kind of flowing off. And it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. Kind of idea where the nose would be. That's the marks for the nose, the mouth. And then her back's kind of leaning backwards. We're gonna have a line going down for her skirt. You can adjust the outfit too if you like. It's a lot easier to have a dress. I think you don't have to worry too much about this. It is a shadow of her, so not a lot of details. It looks like she has some shoes. They're actually like triangles, kind of. And then we'll have her arms extend out. And create a little gap where the two arms are coming. And the little girl has a shirt. So if you are doing a boy, if you would like it to represent a son, what I did is I actually just, I didn't paint the ponytail, or I didn't draw in the ponytail. So that allows it literally just looks like a boy, or maybe you have a girl with short hair too. So I know one of my sons has really long hair, and he actually has a long ponytail like that. So, you know, you could definitely change it to whatever relates to your family. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, I think what's more important doing the Sharpie is doing the words, because I am not good at making my words super fancy. What I would recommend doing is starting off, if you don't already have the stencil, starting off with a pencil and writing whatever words you want to on your canvas at a time. So if you use a pencil, you can erase parts. And this is just to make sure that you know where are the words going to fit, how are they going to fit on here. If you've ever worked on, I know before I've worked on a poster and I just went straight into it with a marker, and I find that, oh, I ran out of space at the end. That's why it's really important to start off with some pencil and just making sure that you have enough room to put all the words in there and that you didn't make your letters too big. I'm just going to, and you can kind of do whatever font you want in there. Sometimes it's nice to do a stencil. So if you're not working with our stencil, you could do, I know a lot of people have those Cricuts where you can actually print off words and then just paste them on the canvas when you're done. Creates a really clean look if you're really worried about it. I think sometimes it looks, I don't mind it looking like somebody hand wrote it. You just have to be a little bit slower and intentional about how you write all your words on there. You already finished? Oh, nope, you're not yet.
Words are so hard.
Yeah, the words are a little more time consuming area to write in there. So I know a couple of our followers don't always purchase the paint kits, but I do appreciate your support and paying for the video instruction. And so if you didn't purchase one of our paint kits or have the pre-stencil kits, you can always get some of that tracing paper and type it up on Word and just trace over it. That's a really great way to kind of get it on there. It's not going to be perfect, but it does give you an idea of where everything will fit. And if you don't have beautiful handwriting, I personally don't think I have very good handwriting. It can help.
We're not supposed to trace over it in black paint yet, right?
No, if you want to, if you have a black marker, you can trace over. So I'm tracing over mine because I have found the tracing paper that I've been using is been not tracing on my canvas very well. And then when I paint over it, I all of a sudden can't see anything. So what I would really recommend doing if you have the just tracing over the words, if that's important to you, unless you have really good handwriting, just because I found that the tracing paper I'm using is not working very well when I start painting over it. It used to, and I don't know if they changed their quality of tracing paper, so I'll have to check out a few other alternatives, I think. Otherwise, I've just been using the marker to go over it on important parts. Now, when you do use a marker, though, it is harder to cover it up. Because the paint doesn't want to cover up marker. But the words are in black, so that's not as important.
Is the ground black?
The ground underneath their feet are black, yeah. But you shouldn't color it in with marker. We'll paint that in.
And people?
People. So yeah, again, if you up on the screen, it does say, the colors that we're going to use are cobalt blue, chrome orange, Mars black, and titanium white. Feel free to swap out orange for pink or any other colors that you have on hand. It doesn't have to be these exact colors. I think pink would be a really good color as well. So I think a couple of the people joining us today are using pink, so I can't wait to see your paintings and how well they turn out. Let me know when you guys are ready to go on to the next step. In the meantime, I am going to stop my screen, and then I am going to change the screen so that hopefully everybody can see my my canvas. If you can't see it and you're using a smartphone or some other type of tablet or even a computer, make sure that your view on Zoom is on speaker view. gallery view will show you everybody. And then speaker view will make this the primary video. You were pretty quick with that. I think yours turned out better than mine. I show everybody yours. Evan did a better job tracing than me. I feel like I should color mine in like yours. You're gonna be able to see your words really well. I went super fast.
I think the words are black.
Yeah, they are. They're definitely black. It looks like you already painted your words, so.
Well, they're not painted.
It's very, very black.
Mm-hmm.
You did a really good job with that. So can you guess what are we gonna color first? What do you normally color first when you
The
paint?
background.
The background, yes. We should always start with our background. It makes it easier to layer.
And then all I'm gonna do is just do black.
Yeah. All the color is in the background.
So we're only using 4 colors.
We're only using 4 colors. Normally we use a lot of paint colors. So this is a really nice painting, easy painting to do with any children, if you have them, or nephews and nieces, or
Because that's you're gonna do the little there.
anybody you want to paint with.
I traced Isabella's words and she traced the people. So we're all gonna have special drawings.
Yes, right.
Mom, can I come
Okay, did you hear what she said? Usually we start with the background first.
Yep. So we are going to start with the background, and I'm going to start with the top, which is blue and white. So I'm going to get my big brush. You can use whatever big brush you have. Now you could, that's an angled brush, but I'm using just a flat brush over here. This might, if you do have the size of flat brush, and right now I'm using an 8x10, as you can see, it's going to cover up a lot of this really fast. So sometimes you might want to switch to even a smaller size brush. This is a number 12. So depending on what you have, the bigger brush, sometimes it's easier to cover a bigger amount of space quicker. But you can still get the job done with whatever paintbrush you have. So we're going to start out with 3 parts titanium white and 1 part blue. And then we're going to add some water in there. Oh, you're opening up the paint?
Yeah.
Are you mixing it then on a plate, or how are we?
I am going to mix it. We use plates. We've gotten in the habit of using plates, but if you have a palette, you can use that on there too. So whatever you have, you can use cardboard. We're using paper plates, like an old plastic lid from water container or cottage cheese or whatever you have works. So how many parts white are we doing? 3. 1. We call them scoops too. 1, 2, 3. We're scooping it up. So I did like a scoop like this. And what are you doing? Oh, you want some more white? Here you go. That white looks icky. I think you might. Here, there's a pump right there too.
Paper plate over there.
So 3 parts white and 1 part blue. So let's go grab our blue. When you are switching colors, you will want to rinse off your paintbrush because otherwise you'll get the white inside the blue paint. So I'm gonna rinse off my paintbrush. Super good. I use aluminum can with water because it's got these ridges on here. Makes it really good to scrub my paintbrush with. You don't want to bring the water into the paint. So after you dip it in the water, make sure you get a cloth and wipe it off, or a napkin. So now my paintbrush is just damp, but it does not have water dripping from it. You don't want to put water straight into your paint. That way you can use it. So now I'm going to do a scoop of blue and mix it up.
Can I mix
So
it
we
up?
are going to stop at the top of the canvas for the blue. That's okay, but we're not quite done. So once you mix your color, your blue, you're gonna want to add some water in there. Okay, let me give you some napkins. Nope, you don't need to wipe it out. It'll look fine. We'll blend it in.
Really, I can't even see the word.
Oh, okay. So what you can do if you got really excited about painting and you just started painting it without, because we're not ready yet, what you can do is we're going to add some water. So we're going to get our paintbrush with water instead of paint, and then we're going to push it around. Just get the water. And now we're painting with water. And then we're pushing it up because we actually wanted to paint the top.
Oh, come on.
We're going to push all of that up there. So you just keep adding water and then you can dip it on your napkin. So can you wipe it on your napkin?
Should we be painting on top of the people right now or no?
Well, see, Evan jumped ahead.
Okay.
So I'm trying to help him get some of this paint off because what we want is a wash. And a wash, it has a bunch of water in the paint. So keep doing that and it'll pull the paint off. Okay? Wipe it off with your napkin. Get some water and put it directly on the canvas. Yep. And then wipe off the paint. Okay. So if you are still here with me and you haven't touched your canvas, good job. You guys are doing amazing. Okay, because I use a big scoop of blue. I really liked the blue on there. So what I'm going to do is, remember, we're creating a wash. So I'm going to get 6 scoops of water. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I'm mixing the water in like if it were paint. So now it's a little more watery. It's not dripping quite, but it is pretty flowing. And then I'm going to start from the top of my canvas, just up here. We're going to do horizontal streaks. So we're going to go from left to right. And I feel like there's not enough water in there. So I'm going to grab another scoop of water and I'm going to put it up. Instead of grabbing more paint, I just grabbed water. So then I'm just going back and forth. And I'm going to go about not quite halfway. Not quite. So now I'm like about here. I want to get down to here. I'm going to grab more water. Probably took too much blue paint, to be honest. And I'm just having the water thin out the paint as we get further down. Oops. I don't think I will put my camera out far enough.
Sarah, are you doing this?
Yeah?
Yeah? Okay.
So I did not I only had paint on my paintbrush at the top, and now I'm just using water. I'm having the water pull down the paint.
That's okay.
I'm trying to get the word too.
How's it turning out for everybody? Is it okay?
Good. Kind of good, but not for me because I'm a little closer.
No, yours is looking great, Isabella.
Thank you, Mom. This is nice, Mom.
Aww.
Fun. Yeah, here, I'll show you. There they are so far.
Oh.
She's adding lots of water to her. She's doing a good job.
Awesome, Mom.
You're only going to go right this last area, okay?
Like here?
Uh-huh. And you just want to make sure it's all.
So we're painting with water.
Oh, this is hard work. Do not quit, everybody. Do not quit.
You don't think so?
It's hard work, but it's worth it, right?
Yes.
Mom, I
So just
kind
keep
of
going and blending it. So, yep, just with the water, you can wipe it off.
I got the little bit to the two words.
Yeah, so what happens if it's really watery? She got a lot of water on this.
Oh, okay. And that's okay. You can always dry off your paintbrush and then pick up some of the water with your paintbrush. Or you can use a napkin and kind of dry it off.
Oh, Mom, we're going to do with this.
We'll probably put other paint on it here in just a little bit.
Yep. So we are gonna do, the next step will be adding we're gonna add orange and white and do the same thing we did with the blue. But if you have pink, that's when you would use the pink. So we'll use, yep.
We do not have,
We have paint.
okay.
Okay, now listen, let's listen to how she says to do this.
So I created too much paint for my size canvas. So I'm gonna try to reduce it down to a little bit smaller. So I
So we use
have
white?
three scoops of white in here. And
Yeah.
then we're gonna do a scoop of orange.
3. Mom,
Maybe
look how
half
I
a
count.
scoop.
And then you clean your paintbrush, dry it off on your napkin.
Clean the brush off. Yep. Is that enough? You don't like that color, or?
Just dry
So
it.
then I'm doing a scoop of orange. Kind of did a partial
One
scoop.
scoop of the paint.
And I'm mixing it in. And if you got pink, this would be a great time to add that instead. And
If I don't have orange, do I use the pink?
yep, use the pink right now.
Okay.
Because we're kind of creating a pink color anyways. It'll be very similar. As you can see, this doesn't really look very orange anymore. It kind of looks more coral. After I added.
Mine will look still pink.
That's okay.
So that is going to be so pretty.
Our sunset's going to be kind of pink and purple and white.
Ooh, purple is my favorite color too. So now I'm adding some water. So again, I'm going to add that water into my paint. I'm adding 3 scoops. We're going to see how that goes because I did a half a batch. Nope. Just rub it up on the side right there. Oh, there you go. Yep, just keep blending it. Ooh, that looks really good. Awesome. Evan jumped ahead, but
A little bit of water in your.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna blend it up to the top. Yours is much lighter in color than mine though, so I feel like I need to add some more white. Oop, nope, let's rinse off our paintbrush and just use the water. So yeah,
Enough water.
rinse it off. You need to dry it off, right?
Sorry.
All right. So
There
I
you
got a
go.
lot of paint on my paintbrush. So I gotta wipe some of that. So up here, we're gonna go up to the line, and then we're gonna go over everything. And I added that 3 scoops of water, but it doesn't feel very watery, so I'm gonna add another scoop. And we're gonna do the same thing we did up here. Is we're going to start adding water to pull the color up. So I made some more solid paint down here. And now I'm going to use water. So I'm like drying it off. It's still got a little paint on it, but I'm using water to paint. And pulling it up. And if you find that it's too watery, you can go in, add some more paint, because mine's getting kind of watercolor paint type. But when you bring in more paint, start from the bottom and then go up. And we're still making those horizontal streaks. So I'm going to get some more water and we're going to slowly bring them up to the blue.
You're actually going very good.
Mine is too. And I'm going to use more water to finish. So now we're going to use the water to try to get the pink up to the blue.
Oh.
And one thing that I like doing is I'm going to take a little bit of my white paint with water,
Mom, what
little teeny bit, and I'm going to put it in the middle to
purple?
help blend those two colors together.
This looks amazing.
I'm sorry. Can you say what you were doing again? I was.
No worries. I mean, Evan blended his really well, but my blue had already dried. So you can't blend the paint after it's dried. So what I'm doing is I added some white in the middle, white and water. So that way I have something to blend the orange with. Because right now it didn't have anything. It wasn't able to blend into my blue. Now, hopefully your blue is still wet. Another thing you could do too is just add some more of that blue in there. I'm running.
I think I got done. Mom, you do my light.
Oh, I did? Oh, sorry.
Why you do it?
I didn't mean to.
It's okay, Mom.
I'm going to move my camera up just a little because it keeps pumping.
There we go, Mom. Can I just bring some white into a blue?
Yeah. And then she said you blend it all together.
Yeah. So the way we blend it is we just keep kind of moving it forward, and that water really helps blending it. So you just want to keep going back and forth.
Water, okay. Some more paint.
Yeah, this is where you get to have fun and just mix the blue and the pink and the white.
I don't know how I actually do it.
It's okay. Oh, why are you painting your people?
I don't know.
But what we say, never give up. Just keep trying, right?
I got an idea because I can't see them.
I'm gonna take off some of this
More
white
and
stuff.
my
Got a little too much.
Oh, you can't see them at all? I can see them ish.
No.
We're gonna let it dry before you paint the people though, right? Because it's gonna be really hard to paint over wet paint. Unless you're blending, that's when it's okay. So once you are happy with it, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more white. My blue really started taking over.
Mom, where would go? Dad, you know where Luke is? Mom, are you done?
Isabella, give me a few minutes, okay? I'm trying to help you, okay?
Yeah, I'm done.
There we go. Blue, white. Awesome. You like it?
I'm not an artist. It's all right. Like, it doesn't look like her.
Yeah, we have a lot of paint on our table. We paint on our table. So let me know when you are done with your background or with the sky.
Am I?
I like your colors. Look how well Evan did blending. He made it blended very, very good. He can't see his background anymore, but we're gonna wing it.
I'm going to make my
You
own.
guys are walking it.
You got a rock in it?
You guys are walking.
Oh,
Fresh water or what? Yeah, I'll go get some here in a minute.
Okay, let me see. Do I need to blend more of Isabella's?
you do?
Do I need to?
Look, oh no, it's so I love the pink. Wow, I really want to do it in pink now. That looks beautiful.
Okay, so you're gonna let yours dry for a little bit. Now I gotta finish mine.
How can I leave?
You can leave until it's dry, okay?
Yep, we're gonna let it dry so we can the rest
Okay.
of the painting. I'm just
Mine probably won't turn out as good as hers because now mine is halfway dry and hers looks perfect.
Yes, that was the same problem. I was helping Evan and his was wet, so he was able to blend it. But yeah, what you can do is just add more blue paint on the top, and then you kind of just redo that whole process. And if you're like me and you have a ton of blue paint, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with all this blue paint. I feel like
I know I gave everybody little paint cups, but it actually is a lot of paint.
right, yeah, especially when you add in that water because it's almost like its own paint. And you know, if you're just hanging around too, some things you could do is you could add in, if your canvas is still wet, you can add in little spouts of blue, or I'm sorry, not blue, white in different areas to imitate clouds in the background.
I was thinking that for Isabella's because she put like a huge glob of white, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do?
Oh, it's a cloud. It's, you know, like Bob Ross, it's a happy cloud. Happy, you want to have happy clouds in there. Happy clouds. Oh, it was his way of trying to, that's okay. Just add. Oh, that had blue in it too. Probably should have just stopped while I was ahead.
Is the middle supposed to be white?
I added white in mine.
Okay.
Oh, that's weird.
I've been technically you don't need white because it kind of the way it blends together, but I felt like it needed a little extra white.
I'm doing like pink, purple, blue more so on mine, but I am adding whites to get it lighter in certain colors or in certain spots.
So it's kind of your preference. Like, do you want some of those clouds in the background?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I should just stop touching my my canvas. I have a tendency to keep playing with it, but I think it kind of looks like there's clouds in the background now. But I went in and added some white in the middle and then kind of down below and up high. And you kind of see how we got some blue down here over by my orange and pink. But if you look at the sky, that's kind of how it flows. You know, some of the colors kind of sprinkle in different areas. How you doing, Marlene?
Yeah, I keep putzing with it. Yeah.
You're like me, yes. Oh my gosh, it looks perfect.
Not in the sun.
Not on that end. Well, from afar, it looks beautiful.
Perfect.
How often do you do these classes, Stephanie?
I have cut back a little bit as far as like the free classes. Now I've moved to one free virtual paint instruction a month. Typically, those are most popular because they are free. And they are held live, kind of like today, and then they are available on YouTube for 1 week, so you can go back, because we do realize that sometimes when you're painting, things happen and you have to stop, or sometimes you get frustrated and you need to take a break and come back at it later. That is another thing. If you do mess up on your painting, it's best to just kind of walk away. You can come back. If you really want to, you can actually just paint the whole thing white and start over. So definitely realize when you're getting too frustrated that it's okay to take a step back. We do a lot of private parties. So yesterday we had our first in-person party, and what feels like forever. It was really awesome to be able to work with people in person again. We are located here in Stoughton, Wisconsin. We do travel a little bit around about a 30-mile radius, but that is also why we're going to continue to hold some virtual events. We've done virtual parties for birthday parties, bachelorette parties, just a girls' night. So it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of different designs you can pick from. And often you can use whatever supplies you have on hand. So that is one thing that we found that's been really nice is I've even told people, like, before I had a stock of canvases at home when opening up this business, we would paint on whatever we had available. So maybe it was a piece of paper. Maybe it was an old cardboard box. All you have to do is paint white over it, and you can use that as a canvas. And a lot of times you can make some of these colors as long as you have the primary colors. You don't need all of the colors that we have. We are blessed right now that our hobby is being sponsored by Norway's Neverland. So we have a plethora of paint, but before, I always made do with whatever colors we had. And I think that's best than stocking up on a bunch of different paints that you might not end up using.
I'm going to rinse out my cup because it's turned purple, and so when I'm trying to add pink paint, it keeps coming out purple.
Yes, and sometimes that's why I really like to have 2 cups of water. Good. Thanks for bringing that upstairs. So a lot of times I like to have what I call my rinsing cup, and then I do have a plain clear cup that doesn't have any colors in it, and that really helps not transfer some of the colors. Like, for example, I did get some blue in my pink. I'm okay with that. I did have to mess with it a little bit, but you can avoid doing that by having some clear water. So if your water looks like mine, you're going to transfer some of that color to your canvas if you're not careful. And actually, Evan, do you want to change out our water while we are waiting? And if you are watching this recording, you can feel free to pause it or skip ahead. That's the great thing about recordings.
The father was dead too.
The next step, if you are getting ready for it, is we're going to start painting the hills, I guess. So typically what you do in a painting is that the background is either going to be darker or lighter than what's in front of you. And we're actually going to make the back hill a little bit lighter. So if you look, this is the primary hill, right? And then this is the background hill right here and right here. So this color, right, this big main hill is going to be black, but this one we're going to add just a little bit of white And that's going to help it differentiate from the one in front of it. So we're going to give it just a little depth. Otherwise, if they were exactly the same color, I would just turn into one big blob. That is okay. Especially with this painting, I think we probably could have got away with just having a plain black rolling hill, but we're going to add that little detail in there. I do like mine not being so light. So, I mean, if you want it to be as light as the original picture, let me see. It is actually 1 part white and a small amount of black. I'm going to put a full scoop of black in mine though. So that's these parts right here.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna start mixing up the color for my
Is it gonna be a
background.
wash again?
What was that?
Is it gonna be a wash again?
The original was, but I'm not gonna make it so much a wash.
Okay.
So it's up to you. If you want it to blend with the sky more, make it a wash. But if you want it to blend with the hill more, I'm gonna create it more. I'm gonna add a little bit of water, just enough that it'll, paint well. But I'm not gonna add too much water to it because I do want it to dry relatively fast. As you can see, it's really hard we won't be able to draw the words if this part is wet and my hand is touching it. You're gonna, if you notice, there's paint all over my hands, but you end up getting the paint all over and you get it kind of blotchy. So,
I'm gonna do a little bit of black.
so did you hear what color I'm doing for the background hill?
No, I
Yeah,
Yeah, I did.
we're gonna add white in there, so it's gonna be like a gray color.
Okay, black here.
So you can decide how dark do you want it to be. The original painting had it 1 part white and a tiny bit black, which would mean just on the corner you would have black. I used a full scoop, which means I did that much. And then I have this color right here. And my paint is really thick, so I am going to add water to it because it is too thick.
Ooh, that'll be good. You're just gonna paint, look.
And I am going to switch paintbrushes because my big
This part and this part,
flat brush is too big.
like this one.
Mm-hmm.
What size do you have?
Um,
I'm going to use this size.
if you wanna use this
About the
one.
size of my finger.
Yeah, what?
Is that number 12?
My one. They're so tiny.
You're going to use an angle brush. I do like angle brushes too. I am using a bright brush, but you could use an angle brush or so a flat brush looks like that brush that I was using earlier. Bright brush looks like a flat brush. The only thing is it's not as big. Otherwise, a fill bright brush is similar, but it's a little rounded on the edges. That would be a really good brush. An
job.
angle brush is cut at a slight angle. That
Mine
might be a good brush too.
Yours.
That's okay. Everybody's just gonna look a little bit different. Can you make sure to color it in all the way? So
Okay, did you remember what I said? We were gonna color this background hill first, and then we're gonna color the one in front of it black. So I'm going past my Sharpie line and making sure that there's no white. Yeah, going up because I missed some parts.
I've done it. My one is kind of like yours. Yeah. I really like yours. But
Oh, thank you.
yeah, it does kind of dark, but really dark like yours.
Oh, your gray is?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it looks more like the ground.
Yeah, my one is very dark.
Oh, well, that is awesome. It's going to look really good.
Yeah, and when you're coloring your black and white, make that actually look good. Actually looks nice.
I'm gonna use a really tiny brush when we do the black, when we do the people. You need a
And I'm going over my lines a little bit because I know the black is going to cover it. Right? Black covers so well. So try not to worry if you're not staying within your lines like me. That's okay. I'm not even sure where my hill technically starts, but I'm going to let that dry a little bit so that we can paint the rest of it black. Yeah, you're using a really big brush. Okay, and then Evan, can I show them yours? Evan just decided to paint everything black, and like I said, I think that looks okay. If you don't want to do the gray in the background, you could just paint the whole thing black. So just make sure, you see how there's some white on the edges? You're going to want to make sure you get all of the white. You don't want to leave white on your canvas.
Got it.
Why?
Because then
you paint it all.
Because then it'll look more like a finished painting if you cover all of the white. And I skipped a part over here.
And you're gonna color the people, okay?
Why we had to color the people black?
Because it's like a shadow.
Okay.
Like if you say so.
Right. You could color them in, because we are creating a shadow, right? So some other colors that people use for shadows are, grays, or even a dark blue would look really good if you want a navy blue, or if you actually want to paint in the people too, you could do that. Sometimes it's just easier to paint it one solid color though. All right, so now I'm gonna get black to paint my big hill right here. And I'm just gonna keep using this 12 brush that I got. And I am just using straight black, nothing else. I'm making sure that I'm getting the edges. I'm painting all the way to the edge of the canvas, right? Make sure that your paintbrush is a little damp. So if you notice that it's not painting very smoothly, you might need to dip it in the water. So you dip it in the water, pat it on a napkin, and then go back at the paint. So we're not making a wash, but we want to make sure that it is smooth sailing and we're not getting all kind of stuck in areas. So if you find that you're not able to push your paint very well, it's probably because your paintbrush is too dry. And I'll go back, dip it in the water, pat it on my napkin, and then get some more paint. You are just
Did you add water to the black?
What was that?
Did you add water to the black?
You could if you wanted to. I just added water on my paintbrush.
Okay, cool.
Because I noticed my paint is really thick and it doesn't move as well without a little bit of water in there.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, it might be because it's a little bit older.
Oh yeah.
I try to not waste paint. I was trying to figure out why everybody was so quiet. It's because my volume is down.
Oh, look at it.
Good job.
Thank you.
you can go back outside and play, okay? I'll paint your words for you so that they show up darker.
Or Mom, maybe I can paint them.
You want to try to paint your words? Kind of hard. This is what Isabella's looks like so far.
Oh, wow. That looks amazing. Great
Thank
job.
you.
Oh my gosh, so beautiful.
Mama,
She's going to try to paint her words, or do you want to trace over it with a marker? It's going to be
marker.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I'm
So
gonna do
slow.
mine in
Hey,
marker.
actually, you know what? Here, where's your paintbrush at? Let me try to make this so that it's not so thick.
Okay, I really like to do really thick stuff.
That's okay.
Right, if you find that there is a big glob of paint, what you can do is you can clean off your paintbrush and just use it to scoop the paint off or thread it.
Mom, are you done yet?
Almost. Gosh, you
When
did-
I am going on the edge of my hill, I like to flatten my paintbrush by pushing it down on one end and then push it down on the other. And then I create a sharp tip.
try.
Okay. My mom will let me outside because they're going to, and because mom let me wait until it's dry.
Oh, awesome idea.
I can just see her putting her arm straight in the black glob on the bottom, and then it's like everywhere.
Yes, and sometimes it is really good to take a step back. That's why I was saying when you do the words, it's going to be really important that you make sure that everything's dry because I even get the paint everywhere on myself. So definitely let it dry. And I am going to just finish my black hill right here. Make
Jason.
sure-
Are you in the bathroom? Could you come here, please?
Mom, you need to mute yourself.
Oh,
Out. Pour them directly into the drain in the sink without getting on the white part, and then rinse them, and then
Mom, did you already paint the hill?
Yeah, I got this far.
Oh, nice. Looks good.
Thanks.
So once you've painted the hills, then we're just painting in the people in black, and then hopefully down here has dried enough to paint in your words, but we'll see, hopefully. So I'm gonna switch over to a smaller paintbrush. I like to use the number 2 round brush, or maybe even a smaller one for the people. Here you got paint in the people, Evan. Yeah, I know, I finally caught up to you. Now we're gonna paint the people, and then I'm gonna create that tip because right now it looks like a big blob. But if I push down on one end and then push down on the other, I start to get a nice sharp tip. You got me. I'm going to angle my canvas, so I apologize. It's going to probably look weird, but I don't want to put my hand over the black paint. And this is why I like painting on the table, because I can move it around.
Yeah, I've got my canvas upside down right now.
Yes, whatever way you can angle it best, I think it helps. Feel free to move your canvas around, or you can wait for it to dry before you attempt to do this part. So we're just filling in the body with a solid black. Is it dry enough to do the Sharpie on it? Okay. Yeah, we should probably let it dry. That's what I was worried it wouldn't be dry enough. You could paint the mom and the son though. I think I am going to switch to a smaller brush to do the hair because I am struggling with this number 2. Going down, I am going to find a smaller paintbrush. And two, another idea is maybe if you don't have one of these smaller detail brushes, is you can wait for it to dry, just paint the general area, and then use that Sharpie to paint the little strands that come off of her hair. So she's got a couple of strands of hair kind of flowing from the back, just they're swinging around, swinging around. Oh, my black is still wet, so now I'm gonna have to pull this, I think, up that way.
That's wet.
Okay, do you want to turn your canvas around so you can still paint on it, or you're not comfortable doing it? You see how I moved it?
No, I mean like I can't paint. It's wet.
Oh.
I was looking so good until we got to the people.
Oh, I'm sure it's looking great. And it's more of an abstract idea of people too, so try not to
Yeah.
worry about it. Yeah, I'm finding that I really had to switch to my my finer paintbrushes for this, for the 8x10 size, some of these. And that's usually when I, oh, bless you, pull out my Sharpie and just finish it up with that. There we go. Just filling it in and going very slowly. I like to start from the the middle and then start working my way out, because otherwise sometimes I end up making shapes bigger and bigger than they're supposed to be. So I think it helped kind of starting not quite at the edge and then working, pushing my brush out to like the dress end. Okay, I got some black paint on there. And then, you know, for the legs, I'm starting kind of more in the middle of them and then working my way out. Otherwise, her legs are going to get super big really fast for me. The way I know I like to paint, I end up painting.
I don't trust myself to go over the words in a paintbrush. I think I'm going to have to use the Sharpie.
Yeah, well, that I don't either. I'm going to tell you that, and I don't find it cheating at all because you're still doing it, you know, with your hand. It's not cheating. Sometimes I like to push myself because I have become accustomed to just breaking out that Sharpie. I think personally, that if painting is fun, that's all that's important, and not having to stress out about messing up the words with the paintbrush. I haven't found one that I'm super comfortable with as far as doing details yet. So I need to find a different paintbrush. And a lot of times you just kind of have to try a couple different out and see what works. But if you don't have, you know, those fancy paintbrushes, Sharpies aren't that much. And so it's a really easy way to. Is she wearing shorts? Or, yeah, I think those are shorts, right? I was trying to figure out if this is a dress or shorts. You think I need to make her legs any bigger, or you think that's good? What do you think? No, that's good. You think it looks good? Is your black dry now? A little bit? Oh no! I got black paint on my scarf.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I am so glad that was you and not me.
So I just took a napkin and I dried it with a dry napkin and got off a big chunk of it. And then I got it wet now and I'm just blending it in. And then I will turn that into a cloud. So get some white. A happy cloud, right? And sometimes that happens.
What do you need help with Taylor's stage? Okay.
Mom, that's mine. I got it.
Can I try to fix your people just a little bit so they look a little bit more like people?
Yeah. I need to not use my paint. Yeah.
Okay, just shoot.
Bye.
You did do a great job though, Isabella. I just, you know, if it's a mom and daughter, I think I want to look a little bit more put together. Although it might be a pretty
Oh, I
accurate
think it looks wonderful.
a pretty accurate representation.
Oh. All right, I just need to finish up. Let's not go too happy with the black paint and be a little bit slower. I was trying to get it done too quickly.
There's a bug in here, like an ant.
Can you kill it, please?
No, watch it so you kill it.
And yep, once you do the words, I would just make sure that your canvas is dry so you don't smear your hand on there. Oh, wait, nope. Wait, are you doing that on purpose? Okay.
What happened?
Evan is smearing paint on his canvas on purpose
On the
to
side.
create, but are you doing it on the top too or just on the side? Oh, okay. Okay. Can I show them? So Evan had some black paint on his hand and just kind of made a cool little border right there.
Is that cool?
Uh-huh.
Did you see what he did?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's lots of things you can do to be creative, and if we accidentally get paint where we didn't want it to be originally. And I definitely think painting has helped me learn how to go with the flow and let go of things not being perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom, tell me strawberry inside the strawberry and banana one. And I want it like a
I
dog.
have no idea how to make this mom head. That's so big.
Yeah, how big is I made?
I know.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier to make things bigger. So that's why I do like starting in from the inside and then slowly making them to the right size.
Sorry, we'll have to take those pants off here, Doc.
Okay.
And right now I'm just using that fine brush and making some brush strokes with the hair.
Can I do the work?
Just gave up with my.
Wait, Mom, what mine?
Are you gonna do the work?
Yeah. I'm outside the monkey.
So just trace over all of those words, okay?
Okay. Do I go in the E? One here?
No, not inside of that.
Oh.
It's okay. You're supposed to be tracing right now, not coloring. You know what tracing means?
What?
It means you go over what's already there. So you know where the C is, you're going to take the marker and go over the C. Wherever that like blackish is at, that's what you're
Oh, you're all done with your words. So you can check if your paint is dry by like I can feel that it's dry. You can kind of look at it. If you angle it around, you can see, does it look matte, you know, or is it kind of shiny? That would indicate that it's wet still. If it is still wet, you could use a blow dryer to dry it. If you're been awesome, thanks, Evan. Here's Evan's finished
Great job,
painting.
Evan.
I like it.
What?
Great, lots of colors, awesome. If you were a perfectionist and you wanted to, you could let this dry and then go back in with some blue.
You could say that much sooner. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, Mom, can you give Nick one?
Yeah.
Now that mine is dry, I'm gonna get out my Sharpie.
Afterwards.
Yep, let's leave the light on. That'll help me. Thank you. And actually, I'll be back. You'll be back. You need a break. Okay.
Then I'll come back and redo it.
You'll do it. Oh, you'll touch up the background a little bit. I think that's all you need to do. Because we just smeared the black a little bit. I'm trying to find where.
All your paint.
No, I like this.
Oh, you like that?
I need to redo the paint.
Black and white. So,
Okay. Yeah, we should be done in about 5 minutes, maybe. I don't know if I trust my hands not getting paint on here, so I'm just gonna use a napkin as I draw it on here. So now I'm laying my hand on the napkin because I have paint on my hands.
mine's going very good with my words.
You're doing really good with your words.
Yeah, like very good.
I can't wait to see your words.
Yeah, like very good. I'm like, yes, oh, you did too good. Thank you, Nick. Pat, 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 pat.
Nicholas is my 11-year-old son.
Yeah, Lucas is our 12-year-old son.
And Lucas is our 12-year-old son. She's right.
Oh, you got a whole house full.
Yeah, I grow with 2 brothers. That's how I made. I've been growing with 2 brothers. What?
You should ask her how many kids she has.
How many kids do you have?
I have 4 boys.
4.
Yeah.
Boys.
All boys.
Growing that she's going. Yeah, she's going very good. You're talking about your words, actually thought you look good.
Oh.
Hers is starting to look good.
Yeah, what's her word?
Oh, with her words.
Oh, thank you so much.
Welcome. It looks very good with it. Much better than mine.
Oh, I bet yours looks great.
Not kind of, but
You're doing good, Isabella. I'm proud.
thank you, Mom. I put my finger. Wait, where's top? I found it. Here's a clown again.
I'm trying to remember where.
Okay, so can I do it now?
Yeah.
Let's move your painting before you spill that all over it. Joyce.
It was good.
Oh, nice.
Look at mine. Mine was good.
Here's Stephanie. Here's Isabella's.
Oh, wow. You did really good. It's so pretty. I love all the colors too.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
She did do a very good job. Okay, now I gotta try to do mine, okay?
And do not be like me. These are so good monkeys. Mom, your is doing very good. Love you, Dad.
This is so fun.
Yeah. I like
Right? Gives you time to slow down and focus, cherish the moments, right? The small moments. Take a pause on the chaos in our lives, with school coming to an end and everything else kind of going on. Nice to take a break and just be present in the moment and what's going on right now. Oh, you're using a Sharpie to touch up your people. That's a good idea, Evan. So some of his stuff got smeared. So he went in, he let it dry, and then touched it up with the Sharpie. Now, if you are using a Sharpie and you are a frequent painter, do know that the Sharpie is going to be hard to paint over. So sometimes we reuse our canvases by painting white over them, which is great if you do a lot of painting. And if you're like us and you run out of room, what are you going to do with all your paintings? So we'll either put gesso over we always take a picture of it or scan it. If you are going to take a picture of it, going outside and getting natural light will really help your camera pick up the natural, the actual colors of your painting. Otherwise, some lights will make colors look different than they do to your eyes. So we always take a picture of it, and then we either put gesso over it, which is similar to white paint, but it's a little bit cheaper and it covers the canvas better. Most canvases come pre-gessoed, so they have it already on there. It allows the paint to flow easier. So that's a really good way to do it. Otherwise, if you don't have gesso, I have done just use white paint. So did like 2 coats or 3 coats of white paint, and then you can reuse your canvas and try another painting. Or you can try that same painting over and see if you have better luck. But if you use the Sharpie, I will let you know that the Sharpie kind of is really hard to cover up with white paint and even gesso. So you might definitely will need to use some gesso if you have the intention of painting something else. I would recommend picking up. Otherwise, it's going to take a lot of coats of white paint. How's it going, Marlene? You got the words on there? No? Are you letting it dry?
Wait with that for a little bit.
Okay.
I'm trying to sharper. Anyway, just.
Oh, nice.
Getting there.
I like it.
Looks good.
Thanks.
Looks good. I think you did good with the background. You said you weren't super excited about it, but it looks really nice.
Thank you.
Awesome. Did anybody have any questions about things that they maybe want to fix up on their painting? There we
So. Mom, how's yours looking?
Oh, you're making clouds. That's cool. And a house. Oh, wow. No. Are you done or no? I wanted to show everybody the stuff you added on yours. Evan added a house in the background and some clouds.
Let's see, Evan. I like it.
My goodness.
Right.
Creative.
I know. Very creative. And then, so he had a lot of smudges over here and he went over it with the black marker to kind of smooth it out. Well, you can still see a couple of them. It's really smoothed out a lot. And I think that there's enough going on too now that your focus isn't necessarily just right there. You're kind of looking at all different parts. And really what I wouldn't worry too much about the people is, you know, when you look at this from afar, what you're noticing is the background. That's really your focus, is the colors in the background. And I think he did an amazing job blending.
Yeah.
Looks beautiful. You did so good with blending.
I'm an alien.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. I really appreciate you coming out and taking time to paint with me. I will be posting this up on YouTube with a private link for those of you who are going to join us later with the recording. Or for example, if you are frustrated and you want to start over, you can paint white over it and then rewatch the recording and try again. So feel free to reach out to me if you do have any questions. Sarah, that looks beautiful. Oh, I love the purple and the pink. Oh,
yeah, it's good.
beautiful.
Me too.
Did you Sarah, did you do the words with your pen or did you do it with a brush?
Sorry. I did it with
Oh,
a Sharpie.
Joyce, that looks so pretty.
Great job. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I traced over it with a Sharpie because I didn't trust myself with the marker to score with the paintbrush. Trying to do the people was hard enough.
Yes,
So,
I agree.
I love it.
Beautiful. Yeah, please take a picture of it and send a copy to me on Facebook or on our event page. Either one works. I love sharing it with other people as well, and can't wait to see them up close.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Thanks, Steph.
Thank you.